Have you ever been part of a team where everyone looked professional, meetings happened on time, presentations were polished, but somehow the results were still disappointing? No one was openly fighting. No one was clearly incompetent. And yet, the team kept underperforming. Most teams don't fail because of a lack of talent. They fail because of hidden behavioral dysfunctions. Today, we're breaking down the 5 dysfunctions of a team, the hidden behavioral patterns that quietly destroy performance. Dysfunction 1. Absence of trust, the root of everything. This is the foundation, and this is not about trusting someone's skills. It's about vulnerability-based trust. It means admitting mistakes, saying I don't know, asking for help, accepting feedback. When trust is absent, people protect themselves. Without trust, no one shows their true selves. No weaknesses, no mistakes, no real ideas. People play it safe, wear masks, and the team stays shallow. For example, imagine a startup team working on a product launch. The marketing head knows the campaign numbers are weak, but instead of admitting the strategy isn't working, he hides the data. The tech lead missed a deadline. Instead of saying he underestimated the complexity, he blames unexpected issues. Nobody is lying aggressively. They're just protecting their image. That's absence of trust. Remember Blockbuster? In the early 2000s, executives knew Netflix was mailing DVDs, but dismissed it as a fad. Internally, leaders didn't trust each other enough to say, "Hey, I'm scared. We're dinosaurs." Pride blocked vulnerability. They rejected Netflix's buyout offer for $50 million. Fast forward. Blockbuster bankrupt, Netflix, a $300 billion empire. No trust meant no honest debate, and poof, gone. How it connects to the next dysfunction. Without vulnerability, teams can't fight productively. They nod along in fake harmony. It's like building a house on sand. Everything above crumbles. Fix trust first, or the rest is pointless. When people don't trust each other, they won't feel safe disagreeing. And that leads directly to the second dysfunction. Dysfunction 2, fear of conflict, the silence that kills performance. Many teams confuse silence with unity, but silence is not an agreement. It's avoidance. Fear of conflict doesn't mean shouting. It means avoiding productive debate. Healthy teams debate ideas intensely, without attacking people. Unhealthy teams avoid tension. No ideological clashes means no breakthroughs. Just polite poison leading to bad calls. Curiosity crushed. What if your best idea stays unspoken? For example, Kodak's missed opportunity. Kodak actually invented digital camera technology, but leadership hesitated to aggressively pivot. Why? Organizations often suppress internal disagreement to protect the status quo. Avoiding hard conversations protects comfort, but kills innovation. How it connects to trust. No trust, no open debate, no debate. Weak decisions and people fear conflict. And when decisions are weak or people fear conflict, commitment becomes fragile and issues remain unresolved. And unresolved discussions create confusion, which leads to dysfunction 3, lack of commitment, confusion, and hesitation. Ever left a meeting thinking, what did we even decide? That's a lack of commitment. Without real conflict, teams don't rally behind choices. They nod yes, but hedge bets, waiting for someone else to fail. Commitment doesn't mean consensus. It means clarity. Even if I disagreed in the meeting, once a decision is made, I commit to it fully. But when conflict is avoided, decisions are unclear. For example, a product team debates pricing. No strong arguments are made. The final statement is vague. Let's try something around this range. What does around mean? Who owns the final number? What's the deadline? Because no strong debate happened, no clear decision was formed, now the sales team is confused, marketing is unsure, and execution becomes inconsistent. Kodak invented the digital camera in 1975. Genius! But leadership waffled, no full commitment. Internal teams debated endlessly without resolution, fearing backlash. They clung to film profits instead. By 2012, Kodak filed for bankruptcy while smartphones snapped away their market. Indecision from poor commitment cost them everything. How it connects to conflict. Fear of conflict. No real debate. No debate. No clarity. No clarity. Weak commitment. And when commitment is weak, nobody feels responsible for enforcing standards. That leads to avoidance of accountability. And as we're talking about trust, conflict, commitment, and clarity, this is exactly where many leaders struggle. You might understand the theory, but applying it daily is different. That's why the Leader's Toolkit is created, because dysfunction doesn't disappear with motivation. You need practical guidance on how to inspire your team when morale drops, how to handle tough conversations without damaging relationships, how to make decisions that actually stick. And we didn't stop at the ebook. You also get a checklist to keep you focused, a resource cheat sheet for quick solutions, and a mind map that simplifies everything into one glance. Simple, practical, and powerful. It directly addresses the dysfunctions we're discussing right now. Because leadership is not about knowing, it's about executing consistently. I've added the link in the description below so you can easily explore it after this video. Now let's continue. Dysfunction 4, avoidance of accountability, the quiet performance killer. When commitment is unclear, holding others accountable feels uncomfortable. Why confront someone if the decision itself felt shaky? Accountability is not about punishment. It's about peer-to-peer responsibility. Strong teams hold each other accountable, not just the manager. Weak teams rely only on the leader to enforce discipline. For example, in competitive online games, if one player doesn't perform their role properly, the team loses. Top teams call it out immediately, constructively. But in casual teams, people ignore poor performance. Result? Repeated losses. How it connects to commitment. No commitment, no shared standards. No shared standards, no accountability. And when no one is accountable, focus shifts from team results to personal survival, which leads to the final dysfunction. Dysfunction 5. Inattention to results. The final collapse. The deadliest dysfunction, when trust is low, conflict is avoided, commitment is unclear, and accountability is weak. People start focusing on personal success instead of team success. Department goals become more important than company goals. Ego wins, politics increases. For example, in a company, marketing celebrates high engagement numbers. Sales blames marketing for poor leads. Operations blames sales for wrong forecasting. Each department protects its own metrics, but overall company revenue is declining. Everyone is winning, but the organization is losing. That's inattention to collective results. How all 5 dysfunctions are interconnected. No trust, people hide weaknesses. No trust leads to fear of conflict. No healthy conflict leads to lack of commitment. No commitment leads to avoidance of accountability. No accountability leads to inattention to results. It's a chain reaction. If the foundation is weak, the entire structure eventually falls apart. But here's the powerful insight. To fix the top problem, you don't start at the top. You fix the foundation. How you can improve your team. Starting today, here's the practical reset. Step 1, build trust. Share one mistake publicly this week. Model vulnerability. Step 2, encourage healthy conflict. In your next meeting, ask, what are we missing? Invite disagreement. Step 3, clarify commitment. End meetings with clear owner, clear deadline, clear metric. Step 4, normalize accountability. Encourage peer check-ins, not just manager reviews. Step 5, make results visible. Create one shared scoreboard for team goals. When results are visible, alignment improves. Small behavioral shifts change team culture dramatically. Most teams try to fix performance issues by hiring new people, changing strategies, increasing pressure. But the real problem is often behavioral. You can have the smartest people in the room, but if they don't trust each other, they will fail. Because great teams are not built on talent alone. They are built on trust, courage, clarity, discipline, and shared purpose. And when you fix the foundation, everything above it becomes stronger. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hype it up. It helps the channel grow. Thanks for watching, and comment below. Which dysfunction do you see most often in your workplace? And if you're a manager, which one are you going to fix first? Because remember, strong teams are not accidental. They are intentional. Check out our next video on how to deal with underperforming team members. Click here to watch it next.